Hey there, and welcome to Rayon's Basics tutorial series. If you need more information about Rayon, you can book a demo with our team using the link in the description. You can also create a free Rayon account and use the templates below to draw along with me as we go through this tutorial. Let's dive in. All right, let's dive into how to organize your architectural drawing set to scale in Rayon and export it as a PDF, image, or DWG file. To do so, we're going to talk about different concepts in Rayon, like our paper canvas, model canvases, views, and pages. I'm going to explain the general overview, and then we'll deep dive into each one of these features. All right, so you can see here that I'm starting off from my paper canvas. This is where we recommend to set up your document set. The paper canvas is always going to be set at a 1:1 stroke scale, meaning that the different pages you place here are going to represent their real life size. And what we're going to set to scale is the views to our drawings. This is a view, for example, and if we select it, we can see that it's set to a scale, in this case 1:60. This is how I can create an exhaustive architectural drawing set with views in different scales. So one of these can be a 1:60, 1:20, like this view right here. And here is where I can manage my presentation and also add images, tables, text, all the things that don't have to be tied to scale at all. Now let's explore a model canvas. I'll go ahead to the canvas seed tree and you'll see I have multiple canvases. You can choose how to set up your model and how many canvases you'd like to create. You can create multiple paper canvases, multiple model canvases. It's open-ended to make sure you're drawing comfortably. In my case, I have two examples to show you of how you can set up your architectural drawings. So I'll start with showing you how it will work if you're copying your floor plans one next to the other and editing them across all. In my model canvas, I can change the scale to the scale I'm going to export this drawing at. So for example, typically with a floor plan, I'll be exporting it at 1:100, 175, or 60. So I'm setting this up this way so it's comfortable for me to see what the stroke width will look like once I export the drawing. Then here is where I start drawing my floor plan. For how to draw a floor plan, please go to our tutorials to learn more. In this case, just note that I've created multiple floor plans, copied them across, and placed them on my model canvas. Another way to do this is to stack your floor plans. I'm going to go to another model canvas I have here to show you that example. In this example, you may want to stack your drawings one on top of the other to have a superposition and apply changes one time to your master floor plan instead of applying changes across to all the floor plans you've copied. In this case, I'll be working with the layer panel that you see right here. And essentially what happens, or the way to manage your layers, is place all the elements that you want to show on a layer, and then you can hide and unhide it. I'll activate our base plan and show you how that looks like. So in this case, I have my lighting floor plan on one layer, my furnishing on the other, my construction plan here, and also a demolition plan. Let's do this again. I'll turn off my demolition plan and then turn on the construction plan containing new walls and new floorings, for example, my furnishing floor plan, and my lighting floor plan. So this is another way to organize your drawing. Here is a stacking method and here is a copying method. Whichever one you choose is really up to you, and this will affect how you want to use views. Other than floor plans, you'll notice that I've created more canvases containing other parts of my model. So I've placed sections and elevations and my mood board on this model canvas. I've created this model canvas for my design details and millwork. And in the end of the day, this is just a way for you to decide how is your preferred way to get comfortable, find anything in your model, and then organize it all and set it up into a drawing set like I've done here. Now, let's see how we would export our files. So I'll start with a DWG file, which doesn't have to be tied to a scale. This is a file that you're likely going to be exporting to then import in a 3D tool or to share with other stakeholders you're working with. To export a DWG file, you can visit any one of your model canvases and basically click on the main menu here on the left, export, and select DWG. Let's do this just to show you how that would look like. When I export my DWG, Rayon is preparing my model. Then it will prepare all the different layers, all the different blocks All of this is going to be inherited and implemented in your DWG file that you send to other stakeholders. You can then click on download and your DWG is saved locally on your computer. There you go. Note that a DWG export will export only what's on your canvas. So if you want to export your sections as well, you can go ahead and do the same process we just did from the section canvas, or you can place all your drawings on one canvas and export a big DWG file containing your full drawing set. So again, up to you and your working preferences. Now let's talk about how to export a PDF and image from Rayon. I'm going to go to our paper canvas and demonstrate how we've created one drawing set. Let's grab the demolition page and delete it and create it again from scratch for this demonstration. So when you want to prepare another sheet of your drawing set, you're going to start with adding a page to your canvas. A page can be found from either the layer panel right here. It can be found from your page property panel, which is here with this is also where you're going to be managing your presentation and pages. And it can be added from the bottom toolbar. Let's add a page from here and place it on the canvas. The next thing I want to do is set the page's size. I'm going to select this page and then its property panel will open on the right. Here I can change the page size. Let's change that to A3 to match all the rest of the pages in my set. And I can also name my page. So if I go to the page panel where we saw it before, it should be added as the last page and you can name it. Let's call this demolition. Now let's place a view on our page. To place a view, you can also refer to a few places. One place is here on the bottom toolbar and the other is on the layer panel. From here, I'll click the plus button and select a view. Now I can select where I want my view to peek into. In this case, I want to take a look at the view where I have my demolition floor plan. So not the details in millwork, not the sections. And I'm going to show you how that looks like when I bring in a view of my stacked floor plan. Clicking it, it will show me this representation of what's drawn on my stacked floor plan. A few words about views. When you double click a view, you're going to be able to override its layer settings and style settings. You can zoom in and out of a view and set its scale. So let's set its scale right here to 1 to 60 as we want to match our other views in our set. Now that I've set its scale, I recommend to disable the zoom and pan. The idea is that when you zoom and pan outside of the view, you can scroll across your model. But if you zoom and pan while you're hovering over it, it's going to change its settings. So set its settings to the ones you want and then lock it. All right, now you can zoom and pan freely. I'll stop my editing. And what I want to do now is just crop its borders. So I'll select it. And I'll click down the command or the control, depending on the computer type that you're using, and just crop my floor plan this way. Now let's place the view on my page. All right, I see that this part with the lighting legends doesn't fit on this type of page, so I might want to go later into my model canvas and change its location and set it so it will fit in my page. Now let's set the view layers to make this plan reflect a demolition floor plan. I'll double click it and you'll see that I can access the layers from this canvas, this model canvas. Let's turn off the lighting floor plan, furnishing floor plan, construction plan, and enable the demolition plan to show how that would look like. Essentially, if all my views were looking into the same stacked floor plan, I could change each view's layer settings to then reflect each one of these layouts on my drawing set. Double-clicking outside of this view, and there you go. The last step here is to grab a title block, which can be found from our block library. You can also bring in your own custom title blocks if you already have one for your company or business. And to get more information about our blocks, please jump into our block tutorial on YouTube. All right, now that we've set a page, we've set a view, we've set a title block, we're ready to export our document set. To do so, I'm going to go to the paper panel, browse my pages. If I want to change the order of my pages, I can just drag and drop them and change their order right here. Let's do this also for this one. Typically, the latest page we added is at the bottom. So let's bring this one to the beginning of our set. And then you can click on the export. You can either export all the pages or select a specific page and export that one. In this case, we want to export them all. And what I have now is a preview of how my presentation or drawing set is going to look like on export. I can browse it to make sure that everything is intact, especially my line weights, which are affected by the scale. Regarding editing the line weight of your drawing, I'm just going to jump into one of the model canvases to show you how you can get to that setting if you don't have time to watch the full style tutorial, which I really recommend to do. I'm going to go to, let's visit the stacked floor plans drawing, and here is where you can edit your element. For example, let's grab this lamp block, double click it, and edit its line weight, which you see here. You can access the line weight of elements on the right in their style panel. And let's detach this style, meaning we'll edit only this lamp and not everything carrying its style. And here you're gonna discover the stroke width. You have a few options here. Of course, you can select the strokes color and weight. Other than that though, you can select the strokes scale. And you'll see here that it's represented right now at 1:75, which is approximately how we're going to export this floor plan. In our case, we did 1:60. You have two different representations of line weights in Rayon. The one on the paper canvas, which is where we're going to export from, and the one on the active canvas, which is this one that we're drawing on. And tuning your stroke weight according to the scale you're going to export is going to be done from here. So in this case, we want maybe to make this thinner and save that setting. Back to the paper canvas. Once you're done just taking a look at your drawing set and making sure it's intact, you can go ahead and either change your setting between PDF and PNG, the page range. And then if you're selecting a PDF, note that you can also select different file sizes. That's it. You can click on the export. Our presentation is ready. Let's click on the download button and take a look at how it looks. All right, here is our presentation. Everything looks nice and neat. Alongside exporting, I want to give you a small tip. Instead of exporting your drawing set each time you make a change, we also have a live presentation URL link feature in Rayon. You can find that in the top right. Click on either preview or go ahead and present. This will open a new browser that has your presentation, which you can share with other stakeholders. Even if they don't have a Rayon account, they can open this essentially from any device. So this is a way for you to share your presentation and architectural drawing set online without the hassle of re-exporting and resending each time you make a change. If you want to take a look at this model, the way it's built, or the presentation, make sure to take a look at our description. There's links there for everything. Thanks for watching this tutorial. If you have any more questions, you're welcome to book a demo with our team by using the link in the description. You can also join our community and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more videos like this. Have a good one.